Hey, it's Adler from FM 1021 backstage with Aaron Bruno of AWOLNATION. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you
Let's
for
shake
coming.
as if we haven't said hi.
Yes,
before.
yes.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
pretend this is just fresh and new.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, fresh and new, you had a little. You said you had a little break,
Yeah.
but tonight, Big Snow Show 11, your last show of 2016, right?
We planned it this way. We wanted to go out with a bang. 2016.
You knew it'd be 20 degrees, so you're like, let's make sure we're somewhere where
it's funny. Everybody's just whining about the cold.
Yeah.
In the band, they're like, "Oh my God, it's out of control outside," but it's not that bad.
and it's just cold. And it's like it's not
Cold. It's
snowing
not
cold,
freezing.
so it's not like you're wet when you're coming inside, but
Right.
it's not LA.
We were in Kansas City last night. And it was snowing, which was kind of nice
Yeah.
for us because we don't get to see the snow in California, so it felt festive.
I always said last year, 2015, my favorite album was Run. So 2015 was kind of get the album out, and then 2016 was get out and play the album live.
Yeah.
For the most part, right? I have to ask, because it was, 3 months of your life, how was touring with Prophets of Rage?
Oh, it was really cool. Got to know those guys really well. I was already friends with Tim.
Mm-hmm.
But it was lots of fun, and there's nothing like doing your own headlining show,
Yeah.
of course, but we saw it as a great opportunity to learn from other guys that we looked up to a lot, and I got to share the stage with them, and we did a couple covers. I got to do my little Zach impersonation a couple times, which was really nice, and the crowd went ballistic every time I showed up, which was nice.
But they handpicked you. So,
yeah, they did.
I mean,
yeah.
Tim had really great things to say, talking about, it's just like, they're powerful live. They're just, just in your face and loud, and you're like, that's what you guys are. So
Yeah.
it was kind of a beautiful marriage.
Yeah, it was
on
a lot
tour.
of fun. And then to say nothing of the fact that Chuck D was there too, and Public Enemy was such a big deal to me growing up as well. So that was incredible.
Personal interactions with him?
Yeah, I got to spend a bunch of time with him as well. But mostly I just wanted to listen to what he had to say because he's a professor, man.
Yeah.
So he just was teaching me really, and I'd listen. I'd ask him questions, and he never really sort of elusive with his answers. So I was kind of like, it was like the Da Vinci Code sometimes.
You were
I'm
trying
like,
to
"Wait,
grab
what's
things
the-"
here and there.
I think I know. Okay, I'll remember that. What did he just say? And then, so it was really cool to spend time with him.
I mean, do you ever think about that band? I mean, you're talking 30-plus years with Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Then you have Be Real there.
Uh-huh.
And then you have 3/4 of Rage.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's it's kind of a heavy time to be doing it, too.
Mm-hmm.
With the message they throw out there, they're very unapologetic, which is nice to see in this
cool.
day and age. Chuck D was at Summerfest. He played the same stage you did last year, 3
Right.
years ago, and I got to the stage announcement, and he was writing a set list, sitting on the floor, and I go, "Hey, Chuck, I'm just going to do your stage intro." I'm like, "I don't want to bother you," and he goes, he told me to sit down, and we just talked for a little
He's
bit.
a cool guy.
I'm like,
You're intimidated by
Yeah, very.
men that have powerful music. And,
Yeah.
so I think Tim said it best. He was intimidated by him too as well.
Oh, really?
At first, and of course you get to know him. He's like just a gentle giant. I mean, one of the best rappers of all time, best voices
Yeah.
of all time. I mean, if you look back at his lyrics, he was talking about stuff that is much more commonly known now, but no one knew about it. So I would ask him, like, where did you get your information of what was really going on, behind closed doors and all that, and that was one of those answers I still don't
That
understand,
kind of
honestly,
like
but
this.
it seemed brilliant when he said
Yeah.
it, But really, really smart man, and I was lucky to get to know him.
The reason I guess I bring him up specifically is because I go back to the album Run and how you assembled. And it's weird now to think of an album as a full album, listening it front to back, but that's how I've listened to it all the time. And each song goes into another, and they're always very different, and a lot like Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Like, Public Enemy songs would hit hard, sometimes stop cold, and then start with, quotes or sound bites, and you're like, holy shit. You're like, this is just, but it had a fluidity to it, which I think the album does. Like when you did Run and arranged songs it did, was there that kind of mindset where you go, I want this song to be, to flow into this one, into that one, and that one?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, if I was lucky enough to think ahead of time, I would have the song end and imagine what would feel nice to hear next.
Mhm.
It didn't. I wasn't always that lucky to have it go that way. Sometimes you just have a group of, let's say, 7 songs that you think are strong for an album, and you figure out a way to put them together. Also, sometimes it's a way to just fit songs together, to have little segues, and I just always liked that, that was more on rap records growing up in the 80s
Yeah.
and 90s. But you know, I want an experience when I listen to a whole album, and I'm always looking for a whole album. It's rare that I find one that I could listen to front to end these days. But I'm constantly searching. But I'm usually searching, you know, from the past to
Different,
find that. Yeah.
older stuff going.
Yeah.
Writing anything new while you're on the road?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just started the new record kind of recently, and finished up another record for this great band called Iron Tom. Their record's gonna come out next year. I hope you guys play it.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
you know, that was really fun. Our guitar player Zach is in that band as well, and they were on tour with us a bunch this last year. So I'm looking forward to sitting back and rooting for another band instead of you know, being the guy to hold the mic and do all this kind of stuff. So it'll be really fun.
I was gonna say,
Like a proud parent
Yeah.
almost, you know.
you're just sitting going,
Yeah.
just watching it grow.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Which is cool. That's why I always wonder, even with the first album, I mean, you did this, it's sort of a Trent Reznor 9 Inch Nails thing.
Yeah.
Where do you always want it that way? You weren't like
well,
the Aaron Bruno experience, and you're like, it's going to be AWOL
yeah, I don't know
Nation.
what that would even be, the experience of me, but it's just how it ended up being,
Mhm.
you know. And this record, I just had a lot of ideas, and so I was able to facilitate these ideas. I think on the next record, I'm gonna incorporate the other members a lot more, because I feel like you know, we're finally in a very strong place where people come to see us live and they walk away talking about it, you know. And I want to capture that on the next record as best I can.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
Happy
Cool.
holidays.
You too.